Welcome back. A man accused of videotaping people with hidden cameras in his Longboat Key condominium is now possibly facing another big problem.
The town's police department is pushing to have Wayne Nat's condo seized. ABC 7's Rick Adams joins us live now from the Cedars East development with why the building may be added to the list of consequences. Rick?
Yeah, guys, Wayne Nat's condo is right back there. It's a condo he could be losing in the near future. This is an image of some folks who were allegedly videotaped by a hidden camera during an Airbnb stay at this condo on Cedars Court on Longboat Key. 56-year-old Wayne Nat was arrested in September, charged with video voyeurism. Now the town and the police department are taking steps to confiscate his condo.
If that a home or a business or a structure is used to, in this case, film illegally and commit those kinds of crimes, then under Florida law, we can seize the property as evidence.
Police say they are going through years of video and identifying many other possible victims. We did stop by Nat's home for comment on the situation, but no one answered the door. Some folks who live close by are shocked that this took place in their neighborhood.
I find it really creepy. I can't imagine somebody doing that and renting out their rooms.
Although Alex Davidson is in disbelief over what had allegedly happened, he tells us taking the condo may be going a little too far.
If it's a first offense and he's suitably chastised for it, I think seizing property is a bit too strong.
Wayne Nat is currently free on bail. Longboat Key police say that he will be facing more charges. And this now goes to the courts to see if the police department can actually seize this condo. Reporting live from Longboat Key this evening, I'm Rick Adams. Back to you.
All right, Rick, thank you. A Sarasota man is now behind bars after his wife turned him in for possessing images of child pornography. Sheriff's detectives were given a flash drive on Monday that led them to the arrest of its owner, Charles Parsons. Investigators say the drive contained more than 2,000 images and 40 videos of child porn, and it was given to them by the man's wife. The investigation...
She indicated to us that his behavior had changed recently, being very protective of the computer and his phones, and so she became suspicious and decided to, look at this thumb drive that she found hidden, and she herself looked at the images on the thumb drive and became concerned, and then did the right thing and turned that over to the sheriff's office.
The investigation is ongoing, and more charges are possible in this case.
Well, just a reminder, you can get all of the latest local and national news on our smartphone app. But if you're an Apple user and have the old version of our app, it will go away at the end of the month. If you do not download the new app by November 30th, you'll miss out on all the local news, video, and notifications that will keep you connected to our community. You can find the new app by simply searching for My Suncoast.
Well, the weekend is here. Let's get a check on our weather. It seems pretty good tonight. Here's Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with more.
It has been, hasn't it? A real nice week for the most part. And now as we head into the weekend, typically what happens is usually bad weather moves in. But not the case. This weekend it's going to be absolutely outstanding again. There is a front that's going to move in late Sunday, looks like late Sunday morning, early Sunday afternoon, which will bring a little increase in clouds, but not much rainfall. Currently, it's clear out there. Great weather for football Friday night action, and also for the Inglewood, down in Inglewood, the Waterfest taking place down there. 75 degrees in Inglewood. Venice at 74. Same in Braden now. The Gulf water temperature at 73. So ideal conditions across the region. Mid-70s inland under fair skies, and pretty much a low humidity around right now. Winds are not all that strong. They're basically out of the north now, anywhere from 5 to 10 miles an hour. Look at the humidity at 52%. The pressure 30.02 inches. And that is holding steady right now. It's been high throughout the day. The evening planner looks to be really nice. Just a few clouds late this evening at 11 o'clock, but generally fair, and temperatures in the low 60s. More on your weekend weather forecast. We'll talk about a rainy pattern coming up next week in just a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. The Florida Democratic Party chairman is resigning after accusations he makes women feel uncomfortable. Stephen Biddle released a brief statement on the party's Twitter account today, shortly after 4 of his party's candidates for governor called for him to step down. Biddle apologized and said he didn't want his personal situation to be a distraction ahead of next year's elections. It was a response to a report quoting anonymous women claiming Biddle would leer at them, make comments about their appearances or breasts, and exhibit other behavior that made them uncomfortable. None of the women said he groped or assaulted them.
President Trump weighing in on the latest sexual misconduct allegations against Senator Al Franken, but he's remained mostly silent on the multiple accusations of sexual harassment and assault of teenagers directed at Alabama Senate candidate Roy Moore. ABC's Janae Norman is in Washington, where similar allegations against the president himself are back in the spotlight.
President Trump is accused of playing politics with sexual misconduct, hours after accusations surfaced against Democratic Senator Al Franken, along with this picture showing Franken reaching out at a woman's chest as she slept. The president tweeted, "The Al Frankenstein picture is really bad, speaks 1,000 words. Where do his hands go in pictures 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 while she sleeps?" And to think that just last week he was lecturing anyone who would listen about sexual harassment and respect for women.
Should Roy Moore resign, Mr. President?
But the president has been largely silent as allegations of sexual harassment and sexual assault involving teenage girls in the 1970s have mounted against Alabama Republican Senate candidate Roy Moore. And unlike many other Republicans, Mr. Trump has not retracted his endorsement of Moore. On Fox News, Kellyanne Conway defended the differences in how Trump has responded.
The Roy Moore story is 8 days old, and the president put out a statement during his Asia trip on that. And since then, our press secretary has spoken on behalf of the president by saying that he believes the people of Alabama will sort out what to do with Roy Moore and with that election.
But that conflicts with what President Trump said himself, telling reporters in Asia that he would address the Moore issue when he returned to the U.S. His move taking on Franken brings the president's own troubles back to light. This now infamous Access Hollywood tape.
I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the
And accusations by more than 10 women accusing President Trump of sexual misconduct.
total fabrication. All of these liars will be sued.
President Trump never sued his accusers, but one of them, Summer Zervos, is now suing him in federal court for libel. Janae Norman, ABC News, Washington.
In light of those allegations against Senator Al Franken, he has announced that he's canceling his appearance at a fundraiser for Senator Bill Nelson tomorrow in Tampa. In a statement, Nelson said sexual harassment is never acceptable.
Polling place locations have changed for some Sarasota County precincts. Those hoping to vote during the December 5th special primary election will have to pay close attention to those changes. Voters can confirm their polling locations before going out to the polls on Election Day. They can visit sarasotavotes.com to find their precinct, and all affected voters can also expect some new voter information cards in the mail as well. Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, is your dog actually lengthening your lifespan?
A look at a massive study that may change your perception of your best friend. That story coming up next.
Need a light bulb? Batteries Plus Bulbs has a huge selection of LEDs starting as low as 99 cents.
The one inside the clothes dryer.
Oh, you use the clothes dryer.
Visit batteriesplus.com for a store near you.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301, sarasotaford.com.
Are you currently on Medicare? In other words, do you carry the red, white, and blue Medicare card? If so, are you suffering from chronic back pain? If you answered yes, you may be eligible for a pain-relieving back brace covered by Medicare at little to no cost, shipped directly to your home for free. These medical-grade back braces are ideal for lower back pain, arthritis, spinal disorders, and other chronic back problems. Our accredited staff will handle all of the Medicare paperwork for free, and best of all, your brace is shipped directly to your home for free. Don't let chronic lower back pain slow you down. Get moving and stay active with a medical-grade back brace covered by Medicare at little to no cost. We also accept Blue Cross Blue Shield, United Healthcare, Aetna, Humana, and other insurance. Will you qualify for a medical-grade back brace covered by Medicare? Find out for free.
Call Back Brace America at 1-800-715-0835. That's 1-800-715-0835, 1-800-715-0835.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
It's the holiday sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sport Utility for $269 per month or a 2017 MKZ for $279 per month. We have a great selection of certified pre-owned Lincolns. These vehicles have warranties up to 100,000 miles and come with complimentary roadside assistance. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Sun Coast since 1978. We are located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
Your dog may be your best friend, but as ABC correspondent Lana Zach reports, it may also be your best medicine.
If you want to know how long you'll live, you may want to ask yourself these questions. How's your diet? Do you exercise, drink, smoke? And how's your dog? A major study from Sweden out today tells us that Fido, Rover, and Spot aren't just pets, they may be ways to live longer. Researchers find that owning a dog is significantly associated with a decreased chance of dying. They analyze the health records of every single dog owner in Sweden, even breaking down the risk of death by breed. It seems that dogs that need more walking could add more years to their humans' lives. Retrievers and pointers did the best. The authors can't say why dog owners live longer. It may be that dog owners exercise more and that dogs lower stress and give them more social interactions. Of course, it could also be that people who want to own a dog are healthier for some other reason. But with over 3.4 million people in the study, there's no bones about it. Owning a dog predicts you will live longer. And for all you cat owners, I'm sorry, but the researchers haven't looked into that just yet. With this Medical Minute, I'm Lana Zach, ABC News.
All right, wonderful story there. Time now to check your first alert traffic for the drive home. We are still seeing those heavy slowdowns northbound from I-75 from Clark Road all the way up past State Road 64. If you're heading north, you may want to take a different route this evening.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Well, it doesn't get much better than this. Venice picture on the golf course there. Barb Wilson getting just a few clouds around. There haven't been many clouds at all. In fact, it's just gorgeous out there right now. And the Van Wezel webcam showing calm conditions out there. And for boaters, for the most part, seas running right around 2 feet. And it looks like it'll stay that way on Saturday. Winds and seas may pick up a little bit in advance of the cold front that's due to slide through by early Sunday afternoon. Now, the temperature, nothing cold about it, 74 degrees, but the dew point's really quite nice out there, making it feel comfortable. 52% relative humidity. We have a north wind at 8 and the pressure 30.02 inches right now. And that is high and will stay that way. 80 degree, the high today. That's a little bit above average. The low this morning was right at it, so we were almost exactly where we're supposed to be for this time of year. 27, the record low set back in 1940. It sure got cold back then. Well, the rainfall, and nothing to report. It's been a dry month thus far, but this is all about to change as our rain chances will be elevated next week, associated with a couple of disturbances moving through the Gulf of Mexico and then across the state. Now, those will bring us a good chance for some showers and a few storms, but mainly showers, it looks like, throughout the day on Tuesday and then again on Thursday and Friday. Well, the forecast for tonight, perfect weather for outdoor activities. Lows will be into the upper 50s to start the morning off on Saturday. We'll quickly warm up into the upper 70s for highs and should be delightful throughout the day. Winds will be generally out of the southwest, so the humidity will slowly come up tomorrow. You'll notice that. But today it was really quite comfortable out there. Well, the Futurecast is showing this high pressure ridge getting bumped off to the east, and then the approaching front. We'll see partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies tomorrow. Then here comes the front on Sunday. It will be moving through the panhandle of Florida Sunday morning early, and then for us, the timing of it appears to be sometime after, say, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, but we'll see an increase in clouds in advance of this front with a slight chance for a few showers. You see that thin line that this model is depicting. And then behind it, some drier conditions will settle in for Monday, albeit a little bit cooler. Highs on Monday expected to be in the low to mid-70s. So it's not a big cold front in terms of rainfall or temperatures for that matter, but a couple of disturbances and the old front kind of hanging out over South Florida will increase our cloud coverage on throughout the week next week. You can see some snow and showers moving through the upper peninsula of Michigan, also into Wisconsin right now. All this basically heading from the west to the east. Not a big drop to the south at this point. And in the central Rockies, a little bit of a disturbance there, but generally rainfall in temperatures currently. Buffalo at 35, 34 in Toronto, Pittsburgh 42, Green Bay 40 degrees, Chicago at 43. Temperatures have a tendency to warm up in Denver now, 63 degrees, and pretty warm for this time of year in Dallas at 84, and into the 80s in Houston, 64 in Atlanta, 66 in Macon and Jacksonville now at 67 degrees. Well, here's the forecast for boaters tomorrow. It looks to be pretty good. Seas will be right around 2 feet with a light chop out there. The water temperature 73 degrees, and upcoming tides for Sarasota Bay. High tide at 10:35, low tide at 6:31, and the forecast for tonight, mostly fair, perfect weather for football Friday night. Northeast winds 5 to 10, and tomorrow looks great. I'll start off with some sunshine, a few clouds in the afternoon, 78 for a high, and the extended forecast does call for a chance for showers basically late Sunday afternoon, but then we'll see it again on Tuesday, and then better chances on Thursday and Friday. Well, rough weather kept Johnny and I from going out fishing this week, but was able to manage to catch up with my friend who fishes along the beach. Here's more. Small craft advisory. No worries for beach fishing adventurers and the clients from North Carolina. The family that plays together stays together, as they have been hooking up with Coach Steve for 7 years in a row now.
Has caught sharks and flounder and fed the family several times. She generally just catches rather than just fishing.
And the now 13-year-old Caroline kept pulling them in one after another and enjoying the day, as this young lady lands this big lady. While Coach fetches some greenbacks, Grandpa gets into the action, bringing in the fish he was going after, Spanish mackerel. While Jason and Caroline were showing off their catch, a snapper and drum, it was Rick stealing the show with something much bigger tugging on his line.
Watch it now, watch it. He's zipping out, he's zipping out.
Using a blue runner looking for a snook, it was a black-tipped shark that was taking the bait and taking Rick for a ride.
I chumped big shark, huh?
After a little battle and a few photos, it was back into action and back to the fun. And it didn't take long before this happened. Black-tipped sharks were busy feeding on this day. Typically, these sharks only get to be about 5 feet in length and are known to make leaps out of the water at the bait like this one did. They are legal to harvest and have no required length to keep. You can only keep 2 per group. Once again, success on the groin on Longboat Key for this vacationing family from North Carolina.
Take a kid fishing, because someday they may take you.
Jason right there, he's an orthopedic surgeon coming down from North Carolina. And here's Captain Rick Grassett taking one of his clients out there, I think, from across the pond for the most part. I think this particular person is from Australia, if I'm not mistaken. Another one right there. It's a little toonie or false albacore caught recently, tight lines. A nice catch there. And here they are again. They went out with Steve today and they caught a big snook. This is Grandpa who's out there as well. And this one, Caroline, she catches all the fish, and this is a flounder she caught. So what a wide variety. Shark, flounder, ladyfish, snook, snapper. It just goes on and on. Black tip, I mean, it just goes on and on, the variety of fish that they were catching.
And just a minute ago, we were talking, and Scott said it's amazing what you can catch right off the beach.
Right, it's a pretty interesting fish that they have been catching out there. So it's happening. All right.
Thanks, Bob. Florida's unemployment rate continues to drop as the state regains jobs it lost after Hurricane Irma. The jobless rate dropped down 0.2 percentage points in October compared to the month before to 3.6% now. The state lost more than 127,000 jobs after Irma struck in September. There are still 369,000 people out of work in a workforce of 10.1 million people.
What if you could get the ingredients for an entire meal or pieces of your wardrobe delivered right to your front door on a weekly basis? Well, some people are paying hundreds of dollars a month as members of different subscription boxes. According to Forbes magazine, the subscription box market is valued at more than $5 billion, and more than 5.7 million people receive those subscription boxes monthly. Many customers are joining these programs because it's saving what's most important to them: time.
If I can maybe pay an extra $2 or $3 and not have to take that 45-minute trip to the grocery store, a lot of people, that's going to be a fair trade.
Coming up tonight on ABC 7 News at 6, Erica Jackson will explain why subscription boxes are becoming so popular and if the trend is expected to continue as shoppers' habits shift.
That's one I think is going to go on. We'll see, though. More at 6. Entertainment news is next.
When evaluating the Alfa Romeo Stelvio, Car and Driver magazine said every crossover should be this good to drive. We agree. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC 7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
The biggest shopping day of the year is here, and Sunset Fiat of Sarasota invites you to experience the ultimate LBD. Long, beautiful drive, of course, because no matter which model you try on, the Fiat 500, the 500X, the 500L, or the gorgeous Fiat Spider, you're going to love the way you look and feel in your new Fiat. Prices starting as low as $13,999 during the Black Friday sales event going on now at Sunset Fiat of Sarasota.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline if you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death. You must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
Auto Trader recently said Stelvio can spring from a standstill to 60 miles per hour in 5.4 seconds. A segment best. You deserve the best. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
One of country music's biggest stars teaming up with a local animal rescue group to bring dogs from hurricane-ravaged U.S. Virgin Islands here to South Florida.
Kenny Chesney's nonprofit is working hand in hand with Big Dog Ranch Rescue to help those animals find forever homes following Hurricanes Irma and Maria. Chesney knows the devastation firsthand because his home on St. John's Island was destroyed. Some of the animals will be housed at shelters in Florida, and others are being taken to South Carolina and Virginia.
In just 4 days, Taylor Swift's new album has sold more traditional albums than any other release this year. Billboard reports Reputation sold over 1 million copies in the first 4 days of after its November 10th release. One of the biggest reasons behind this is because Swift's Reputation is not available on streaming services, pushing fans to buy the album at retailers or on iTunes.
After 21 years of marriage and countless duets, country power couple Tim McGraw and Faith Hill have finally poured their onstage chemistry into a full album of duets. Their album, The Rest of Our Life, highlights both of their skills and styles as singers, and the title track was co-written by pop singer-songwriter Ed Sheeran. It's all now available online and in stores.
Well, it is a blue, blue Christmas at the home of the King of Rock and Roll. On Thursday, Elvis Presley's home was lit up for Christmas for all to enjoy. The extensive Christmas display at Elvis's home includes hundreds of blue lights, of course, along the driveway, a life-size nativity scene, and Santa in his sleigh. The interiors of Graceland Mansion are also decorated for the holidays, featuring the Presley family's Christmas decor. I am sure that is quite the scene. Gorgeous, though.
They do it upright. And fans will turn out in droves to see it all.
I believe it.
We'll be right back with more news. Stay with us.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.